right, it's Thursday afternoon, 2 weeks before our departure date, and we've run into a little bit of a snag. It seems that we have exhausted the supply of Sterilite storage tubs in Columbia Walmart. I have been today to 4 different Walmart stores in and around the Columbia area, and I have the last 11 storage tubs in the city right back here. So I'm headed over to Marshall's now. We're gonna go ahead and build the 2 frames, and we're gonna at least use these 10 that are back here. Actually, they're 11. We're gonna use those 11 and go ahead and get those in place. And then I gotta find 9 more tubs. I just got back from Lowe's. So here's my Lowe's bag. Lowe's has become a sponsor of this project. I cannot tell you enough about Lowe's. Lowe's, we've bought all of our hardware, we've bought all of our lumber, everything, and we've got some rope, everything that we need, we've gotten from Lowe's. And if you've got a Lowe's near you, you know the quality stuff they've got and how how good a job they've done for decades and decades and decades, really all of my life. So this is all of our cut lumber that we did last night. We got all this lumber from Lowe's, and we're very, very grateful and thankful for Lowe's for helping us out. They've always been such great supporters of scouting. We've had many Eagle Scout projects that have been done with lumber from Lowe's, and they always will work with us.
Next up, we're going to assemble Raft number 2, and a big shout out to Lowe's. They gave us a good deal on this lumber, so support Lowe's when you can.
All right, what you're looking at here is the frame. We cut all these boards last night, and obviously we haven't attached them, but I've gotten some questions on how exactly, what are the dimensions of the lumber. 2 side pieces, there's one over here and then one on the opposite side. Those are each 8 feet long. Those come standard, you don't have to make any cuts to those. Then there's a piece on the end, the 2 end pieces, and they are 46 and a half inches, which is 4 feet, minus the 3/4 inch width of the 2 end boards. They go on the inside, and there's one on that end, and there's one on this 46 and a half inches. The centerpiece is just an 8-foot board cut down 1.5 inches. So you've got the 1.5 inches for the piece on the end, the 1.5 inches on this end. So it's 7 feet, 10 and a half inches. And then each one of these centerpieces, or the cross braces there, are 22 7/8 inches wide. And that gives you kind of an idea. That's all the cuts you need. And it's actually, if you start looking, it's only 6 boards, 6 1x4s that you need for each section. All right, so you see each one of these sections go together, and they are 19 inches apart. You see here, from center line to center line, 19 inches. And they fit, the tubs fit. Now, it's a good idea to test them once you've got them kind of spaced out, just to make sure that everything fits. And on this side is the side we'll cut the block. We'll go over that in a minute. We're using 2-inch number 8 deck screws to put these together. Block that we'll use as a brace on the inside of here. So the block goes in here, and then we can drill the block into the centerpiece, and then drill the 1x into the block. So we've got the frame finished, we got the blocks in place, we've towed into the blocks there. It's probably a good idea to drill pilot holes here. We got a couple of cracks. It's not going to be make a big difference, but there's the bottom framework, and we've tested to make sure that even with the block in the back, the tub is going to sit down and go down in there flat. Our next step is to take the pieces that we cut last night, and we numbered them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to put them back on top of this just like they were, and then we're going to screw down the 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th pieces. So strip number 1, strip number 3, and strip number 5 are nailed, or they've been screwed in. This is 4 inches wide, and then this one is 8 inches wide, and then we got another 4 inch on the middle, on the end, and then in the middle that leaves 16-inch spaces, so that while we're on the river, we'll be able to lift up the deck board there and have access down into the tubs for our storage. I want to give you a close-up, maybe a better angle at the carriage bolt assembly and how this works. So this is just a scrap piece of plywood, but this would be the top of the deck, and you're going to drill a 1/4 inch hole, and you're going to put this 1/4 inch carriage bolt, 3-inch carriage bolt through the plywood. Now, when you're building it, you're going to build it upside down. After you get your frame built, you're going to flip it upside down, so it's going to look like this, and it's going to be joined to the plywood with a 1/4 inch washer and a 1/4 inch by 20 nut. Then you're going to put your storage tub, the handle of your storage tub, the hole that you drilled is going to go over this, over the bolt. And then you're going to use a piece of PEX. This is 1/2 inch PEX tubing. I've cut it about 2.5 inches long. That goes straight down on top, and it kind of nestles down inside the handle. You'll see that in a minute in the video. A washer on top of that. That's another 1/4 inch washer, another 1/4 inch nut, and then we tighten that down, and it kind of nestles inside the handle. Now, the reason that that's there is that if you didn't have this piece of PEX, then the washer would have a tendency to cut into the plastic, and it might tear it loose. So by having this piece of PEX there, it kind of spreads out that resistance over the entire handle and doesn't put any strain on any one place. You need 2 of these assemblies. That's a 3-inch carriage bolt, 2 washers, 2 nuts, and a piece of PEX. You need 2 of these assemblies for every tub. So for a 4x8 section with 10 tubs, you need 20 of these assemblies. All right, so if you look in there, you'll see a piece of PEX coming out of the 1/4 inch carriage bolt. And then on top of that, we've got a 1/4 inch washer and a 1/4 by 20 nut. And then we just drill it down and tighten it down. But you see how the weight's being kind of dispersed by that piece of PEX, and it's holding the handle. And so this tub here is sturdy. It's in here, it's not moving anywhere. 2 of our 3 sections are done. We have not bolted them together, but just to kind of give you an idea about how much space we're gonna have. Marshall's on the chair, and we're gonna have another one there for me, and we'll be able to paddle and have lots of room. They'll be connected, one more coming out forward, and then we're good to go.